I have the refreshed Ford F-150 Platinum and the refreshed GMC Sierra 1500 Denali Ultimate. These trucks are the most luxurious and most refreshed trucks in the half-ton segment currently. I borrowed these trucks from Larry H. Miller Super Ford here in Salt Lake City and Jerry Seiner Buick GMC in South Jordan, Utah. If you would like to buy the GMC, be sure to reach out to Frank. At the Ford store, be sure to reach out to Diego. Let's go ahead and check out the window stickers, and then I'll take you guys around both of these trucks. Believe it or not, the Ford is actually the cheapest truck here. Now here's all the specs and colors, so be sure to pause it to see more. But as far as the options go, you do have to add this 703A equipment group to get the Platinum Plus. And here is some of the options. The only thing it's missing is the Blue Cruise. I know it says Blue Cruise equipped, but there is a package for that too. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $85,145. Here's some of the Philly Company numbers. Here's the GMC. GMC has a few options on it, so this one does have the Super Cruise. You guys can see the colors, engine specs here, and this truck is based at $82,500. Here's destination, and then total price is $87,385. And then here's the Philly Company numbers right here. Let's start with the GMC. They did offer the Denali Ultimate for the first time in 2022, and they did a great job. With this refresh, they updated the headlights. It gave it this Vader chrome front grille, which looks really nice. You can also see that accent color on the badging here. Forward-facing camera with a sprayer and front parking sensors, recovery hooks. They do provide chrome on the front end, and I've never really been a fan with it against the Vader chrome, so I think they should just do it all in one color personally. Now the headlights and fog lights are LED, projector style down below. On the front end you have this flow through here on the other side, and here's just a better look at those headlights. Hood, and then the Ford, there are a lot of things that do come as an option in that 703A package. Everything you see on the GMC comes standard, except for the Super Cruise as you saw, but that platinum badging right here as you saw is not standard. But your headlights, your grille design looks really nice on this truck. Forward facing camera, they have the white lettering for the Ford, and they have a polished look on the top grille with a little bit of chrome in the middle, and then chrome down below with the recovery hooks finished in chrome. Some of your accent lighting there, it just popped on because of keys in my pocket, reflective style fog lights. It's definitely done well. Now off to the side, these wheels come standard. One thing I like about GMC is they do offer you multiple wheel designs for this truck. So if you don't like the standard wheels, they have other ones you can pick, and you can get blackout too. Independent front suspension. There is no air suspension or anything like that. Here's some of the badging on the side too. And back over to the Ford. This is the only wheel you can get with this 703A high equipment group. You can get a blackout for this truck, so it will black out the grille and everything else on the truck too. That's not available for the GMC, however. But controversial wheel design, I don't really mind them, but it's not going to be a one size fits all. Independent front suspension, no air suspension, and you guys see how the running boards keep coming in and out. That's because it does work with the key. They both have the power deployable running boards. I'll show it to you guys in a second, but here's some of the badging. This is actually like a polished trim piece too, by the way. You have the cameras on the mirrors on both sides. Chrome with lights shining forward. Painted trim piece, which I always like better. A little bit of lights on the side there. Now, as I said, these running boards come out with a key. That does not happen with the GMC. So when you open the door, they do pop out. Now, one thing I like about both of these trucks is they do have these buttons right here. So if you don't have the key in your pocket and you need to put something in the back, well, it's easy, because all you gotta do is just push this button here and you can just step in like this. As far as the GMC goes, if you need to step in, you push it on the side here and it comes all the way out. I do like this one a little bit better because it does give you a better angle, and it comes a little bit further back too. 24-gallon fuel tank. Ford has a 30-gallon fuel tank for the power boost. And here's a quick look at the rear suspension. They give you 3 leaves in that main pack there. And then check out your taillights. Ford definitely has nicer taillights for 2024. They're full LED, parking sensors. They did take off that rear bumper applique, and I personally like it without it, but to each his own, right? Ford badging, class 4 hitch, and this truck has a backup camera as you would expect. You can see the light that's on, the shine downward, and more of that polished look here. Power tailgate on this side. They do provide a step that does come out, not my favorite, but they do have an upgraded tailgate that I will show you guys in the future, because I think they have one coming in. And as I said, power. Now I'm going to leave this down for a second because I want to show you guys the GMC. The GMC taillights are okay. They're full LED just like the Ford's. I think Ford just has a better design personally. But you have these steps that are built into the rear bumper that's not available for the Ford. And I love the dual exhaust they give you out back compared to the Ford. Has just a polished tip on the side. And here's some of the badging. You have these camera inputs if you do plan on towing a trailer. 7-pin class 4 hitch. But they have the multi-pro tailgate, which pops into a step. Also, they give you a kicker sound system. And then this one was optioned with these lights, which were an upgrade. So this is not available for the Ford. However, this truck only has 400 watts of power in the bed. Ford's Flex is 7.2 kilowatts, also known as 7,200 watts of power in the bed, a little bit of storage. And I do like how they do their bed lights too, because it allows you to turn them on and off from back here with this button here. You have a bed view camera, which is the same as the GMC. Sliding mirror glass on both sides, and there's power. Let's go ahead and talk about the powertrains. Ford has been doing twin turbo V6s for a while now. This truck has the Power Boost system, which is basically a hybrid. So it uses a twin turbo V6 and the electric motors. GM has decided they're not quite ready to go woke, so they're still using a naturally aspirated V8. This is a 6.2 liter displacement. Now the downside to this engine is it is required to use premium fuel. It's going to have 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a 10-speed transmission, 323 rear end, which is great for cruising on the highway at lower RPMs, right? Ford has 430 horsepower, 570 pound-feet of torque. So yes, they have outgunned that naturally aspirated V8, and you would clearly see that if I did a 0 to 60, which I'll do at a later date. Now, this is the hybrid engine, right? What does GM have to compete with that? Well, they do have something to compete with that. It's called a 3-liter inline-6 diesel, and that bad boy will definitely get better fuel economy compared to this hybrid. These trucks both have the 10-speed transmission, and actually Ford and GM created that transmission together. This truck has 373 gears. Let's go and check out the interiors next. I need you guys to get active in the comment section here. This is the Alpine Umber interior for the GMC. It is absolutely beautiful. Check out the graphics right there. Some of that cream color stitching and piping here. And one thing I like about this door is they give you leather all the way down in here, but this is all hard plastic on the sides. Your speaker grill has a nice look to it, and they give you this ultimate badge right there. Seat memories, you have 2 settings for that. Real wood treatment, and again, all this is soft touch too. Let's check out the Ford. Ford has a new interior color called Smoked Truffle, and I have to admit to you guys, if I had to buy one of these trucks today, this would be a really hard decision because I like both. They do have soft touch here and here. However, all this is all hard plastic. Speaker grill does have a nice look to it, but you do have 3 settings for your seat memories compared to the GM's 2. They both have power windows, power door locks, and mirrors that are power folding. Also, the seats in the Ford, oh my goodness, they are fire. This is an upgrade, so these are not standard, right? But you do have max recline seats with this right here, which is a pillow. I call it a shoulder support too if you're not using that. Massage seats for the top and bottom. These seats are absolutely fire. Let's check out the GMs. You can kind of tell that the seats are a little bit smaller in the GM truck, but these are real leather seats, and they also have massage function on the top here and a shoulder support that you can adjust right there. You can also change the bolstering on the sides of the seats, which you cannot do with the Ford, but Ford does have that massage function on the bottom here. They both have power steering columns, however Ford does add power pedals. You cannot get power pedals with the GMC. Now the sound system comes standard. This is going to be a 12 speaker Bose compared to a 14 speaker, which is optional on the Ford. Your grab handles are wrapped in leather, front and rear for the GMC. Also, they do give you a I always call this suede, but it's probably, I guess you can call it suede. Let's just call it suede. Let's just make it simple, right? Also, let's check out the Ford really quickly. Ford also gives you a suede roof. Okay? Hopefully you guys can see that. Now, they do not wrap your B, A pillars in that suede, and they do not wrap these in leather either. But in the GMC, they do. And I think it really does dress up the interior. It's just the little things that they do that can make a big difference for some people, right? Let's go ahead and start this truck up. I've only used Ford's Blue Cruise, is that what they call it? Like one time. GM's I've used a couple times. So far, I like theirs better. And I forgot to mention this when I was talking about the powertrains. This GMC has a sport mode, which makes the exhaust louder. Can't get a louder exhaust in that Ford. Now, when you take a look at the screens, this is a 13.4 inch display. This is a 12-inch display, basically. I think that when it's all said and done, I think that the interior is better laid out in the GMC. Let's take a look at it in the Ford. Here's the Ford. This has a 12-inch display, so it's a little bit smaller than the GM's. But like I said, I think GM did a great job with their refresh. Now, this truck does have a manual locker compared to GM's automatic locker. And 4 high, 4 low, and 4 automatic, they both have that 12-inch display here. Now, here's where Ford takes the win for me. If you check out this screen here, you'll see that they have this gauges, and it shows you the measurement. So it shows you all the temperatures for engine, coolant, transmission, and engine. You cannot get this in the GM. They do have one for the transmission, but not for engine coolant and not for engine oil for an actual number. They just show you like a gauge like you see up the top there. And I really prefer this. Both trucks do have heads-up display, and I will say that Ford has caught up, and I think they might be a little bit better because I like how clear it is, and I think that they give you more information that you would like to see, like your temperatures, the time, things like that. You can't see those things in the GMCs, and GM was first to market for heads-up display. Now, they don't have that 4K camera. You have HomeLink, and here's some of your lighting up there, some LEDs, and then this does have a place for your sunglasses. So let's really quickly go over this one feature that I like, which is the Pro Power onboard. I know some people don't care about this system. I think it's a nice one to have because if you do need to run power to your house or to your RV, whatever, you have this. So this is really nice. So this is how it's laid out. And let's go back over to the GMC. I think I like GM's infotainment screen better because of the simplicity. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is your docking station here. If you want to move things out of here, you can. Also, if you want to move things over back there, you can. You can also reconfigure this screen so you have 2 pages here. And I like that they give you these options. This is not something you can do for like the Ford. And so if you want your Apple CarPlay there, or if you want to put your Apple CarPlay over here, you have those options too. They give you the split screen, which they both have, but I think that the layout and the cleanliness of this is just a little bit better. You can put all 4 windows down, so even though you don't have automatic up and down windows in the front and rear, they're just on the fronts for both trucks. GM does allow you to do it here when it's a really hot day or if someone's farts in the car. Both trucks have similar center consoles. They give you a Type A and Type C in here, and then they give you 2 more right there for the GMC. Wireless chargers right here. Let's check out the Fords. Ford has this cover that slides, and you'll see your wireless charger for your phone and 2 USBs, Type A to the right, Type C. And here's the center console. Check out the design that they give you. And they give you this plaque with this high trim, or high package I should say. And that's something that they did for the Limited, which they don't have anymore. As I said, pretty similar center console. This slides and it comes out too. You can see 2 Type C USBs in here. Now, something that Ford gives you that you can't get with that GMC is this. So this is like a workstation, so if you need to get some work done with your laptop, they allow that for the Ford. And I like this because I've actually used it in the Ford Lightning and it is useful. Now, here's where Ford wins. They give you a 120 volt plug here and out back, which I'll show you guys in a second. Here is the passenger side. You have this cover. It's finished in wood, leather up top. It's just done really nicely. Let's check out what they have for the GMC. I think they both pretty much have really nice ones. They do give you this like soft material inside of here, and then down below your glove box. And both sides do have the massage seats for both trucks. Out back, you have outboard heated seats, 2 more USBs for the GMC. No 120 volt power plug, however. You guys can see your seat back pockets, as I mentioned, leather back there for those grab handles. And they provide storage on both sides in the seat backs and down below here. It isn't collapsible. Let's check out the Ford. One thing that would go unnoticed is how much taller the floor is, which makes your feet sit a little bit higher. I think that you can get a little bit more comfortable in the GMC personally, but I do like that they give you the collapsible storage down below, and it's a little bit bigger than what GM gives you. And here are those power plugs. So you have 120 volt, also 2 Type C USBs, which are more popular, and you have a 12 volt outboard heated seats, seat back pockets. And did I mention that both trucks did have a sunroof? Now this one is a twin panel sunroof versus just the regular one in the GMC. I am not sure why GM has not upgraded that. I feel as though that is a huge win for me personally compared to the GMC, because you just have the standard sunroof. Here are the numbers on the door for the F-150. Gross axle weight rating out front is going to be 3,900 pounds. The rear is 4,150 pounds, and the gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 7,400 pounds. Total payload is 1,324 pounds. Let's check out the GMC. The axle ratings front and rear for GM is 3,800 pounds. The gross vehicle rating is going to be 7,100 pounds. And you guys see here, they give you a trailering information. It shows you your conventional towing and gooseneck. And this truck has higher payload at 1,401 pounds. Gross combined is 15,000. So no other manufacturer gives you the trailering information like GMC does. So that is a huge win for them, because if you're shopping trucks, you have all the numbers. But as I said earlier, these trucks are very close. I think that Ford could have done a little bit more to pull ahead, but they do have nice features like the 7,000 watts in the bed. The twin panel sunroof is a huge one for me. But I do like the interior better in the GMC, guys. I have to admit, I was in love with this frosted truffle. But I feel as though the layout is what got me on the GMC. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to check out Jerry Seiner and Larry H. Miller's inventory online. Ask for Diego for the Ford store and Frank at the GMC store. See you guys soon.